What's up, you guys? Yes, happy Monday. Happy Monday evening, okay? Yeah. Yeah, most of y'all have done all the work you're going to do for today, okay? I'm now having to cook, so I'm just doing that. So I'm going to be doing that while I'm doing my live stream here. But what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Sunshine here. Okay, back at you with another video. And I'm coming with some news that's really hard to talk about today. It really is. Before I start, okay, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. Okay, give me a thumbs up. All right. Communicate in the chat and comment section, have at it. Okay. But subscribe to my channel. All right. Do that first. Okay. I wanted to do this video to talk about Young Pharaoh, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. If you don't know who Young Pharaoh is, if you don't know who Young Pharaoh is, then you won't understand. You won't understand. That's just it, and that's all. I mean, you will have to do research to understand what's going on, who this person is, and if you probably ain't got time for all that. And plus, if you don't know who Young Pharaoh is, it ain't for you. It ain't. If you're watching and you don't know who Young Pharaoh is, then peace to you. You might as well go ahead and subscribe to my channel because, oh my goodness, let's get into it, y'all. So, I don't even know how to start this, okay? Let me first say that I remember not too long ago, oh my goodness, I remember like a month ago, probably a month ago, I was just saying that Pharaoh is back. Young Pharaoh is back. He's back at it, doing interviews. He looks good. You know, you could tell he's been through some things. But a lot of people were saying he was a clone. He was a clone. And I'm like, I don't believe that. Like, why is people just saying any type of thing? They were talking about his tattoos didn't match and all types of stuff. Kind of remind me of the whole Jamie Foxx situation, when he went away and then came back. Anyway, now I kind of believe there's something wrong, okay, with Young Pharaoh, unfortunately, because he just did a video not too long ago with him at the nail salon getting his nails done in the stiletto nails. I love the stiletto nails. Okay, and I mean his was extremely long. This is hard to talk about. It really is hard to talk about because it really makes me feel like something bigger is going on. Something bigger is going on. I don't believe that Young Pharaoh is a clone. However, I do believe there may be some MK Ultra going on because I definitely believe in that. That is a real thing. If you don't believe in MK Ultra, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay? But it was definitely a thing back in like the 50s and the 60s, and I'm pretty sure 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Okay? I definitely believe it's some MK Ultra going on with him. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? Because they kept finding ways or reasons to lock him up. He kept getting locked up, okay? And then while he was locked up, he was medicated, heavily medicated. Now, he said he didn't have anything that was going on. And then I believe he did say that there is some type of mental disorder there. But recently, when he got his nails done, what's up, Chrissy? What's up? recently when he got his nails done, like stiletto nails, and their cheetah print is the design. He showed us while he was in the nail salon getting his nails done, and afterwards it was the whole cheetah print design. They were long ass stiletto nails, and while he was there, he said that he was channeling, and he was channeling his inner cat. MK Ultra. All day, all night. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay? And I'm gonna say that a lot. But I'm gonna tell you why I think it's MK Ultra. Because Young Pharaoh is was a big, and I'm gonna still say is, because I'm fighting for my boy. Okay? I'm fighting for Young Pharaoh out here. If I'm fighting for him, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm fighting for him. Okay? I have hope. All right? I believe in him. But Young Pharaoh was a huge influence in the spiritual community. Okay? If you don't know what spiritual community is, that's consciousness, that's calling people on their bullshit, calling department heads on their BS. Okay? That's letting you know the truth about what's going on in this world. Sunshine is my name. All right? So, just like many of the spiritual leaders of this world, the leaders of the free world, just like all of them have come and gone, this reminds me of that. Young Pharaoh was like a Malcolm X, a Khalid Muhammad, a Marcus Garvey. That was Young Pharaoh, okay, of this time. Young Pharaoh was the Kali Muhammad, the Malcolm X, the Marcus Garvey of this time. And then something happened. He kept messing with these girls, these women, and situations went awry, okay, went awry, okay. Then he started getting locked up, and then he started getting heavily medicated. And then now he is the Pharaoh that we see today, still full of knowledge. Okay. I'm not giving up on my boy. I'm not. I don't know him personally at all. But I remember, okay, about 6 years ago, seven, eight, what's this, 2026? I probably saw him around 2018, 19, maybe, doing this thing on YouTube, okay, posting videos talking about man, woman, and the original man, woman, and everything surrounding that, and everything consciousness, So I remember who Pharaoh was, and he was, I mean, he was huge, doing interviews with everyone, having debates, okay, a young man standing on his own 2 feet, okay, doing things that you didn't hear, or saying things, and giving us knowledge that you didn't hear from older people, okay, better yet, young people at his age. He's been in the spiritual community doing his thing for a very long time, and it's real hard to see him going out like this. It's real hard to see him going through this. And like I said, I'm not giving up on him. I send well wishes to Young Pharaoh. Nothing but peace and prosperity. Nothing but consciousness. And I send all the energy from ancestors that can bless him and lift him up and pull him up out of the space that he is in, because it's not looking good. And mental health is a big thing. It really is. But I'm be honest, I feel like it's something else there. I feel like it's something else there. I feel like it's something other than just the mental health thing going on. I feel like it's MK Ultra. Gotta be MK Ultra because he was locked up. And we know there have been reports and documentaries and stuff about MK Ultra being practiced on people who've been in prison and who were locked up. Okay, a lot of the medications that they give people are like psychiatric 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 medications have been used and tested on people who have been MK Ultra. Thank you, HB. I appreciate it. So it's not crazy to believe that this is a case of MK Ultra here at its finest, unfortunately. Young Pharaoh was on his live stream in a nail salon, y'all, getting his nails done. And he said he was channeling his inner cat. The nails were long, too long, like long stiletto nails with cheetah print. And the whole cheetah print thing is like something in itself as well. What's up, TF underscore gaming? What's up? Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. Okay? But yeah, it's the whole thing is giving MK Ultra because Pharaoh, I'm gonna tell you why, okay? A lot of the leaders, I'm telling you, they either usually something happens to them like they pass away. Usually that's what happened. They pass away. You know, crazy. Thank you. I appreciate it. But usually our young spiritual people, they either pass away or get killed or get deleted, right? Or they go crazy, so they say, or they have health issues which takes them out, so then they can't speak truth and give us truth anymore. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I think it's MK Ultra, because think about a lot of the greats, okay, who still living, but Dr. York, I mean, I don't know for sure if he was actually messing with children. They said that, but a lot of stuff, a lot of my research, I didn't get that message that he was messing with children. I didn't get that. And so I don't believe that because Dr. York was doing a lot of great things, y'all. Dr. York was living in Georgia. Okay, he was buying up so much property. Listen to what I'm saying, and then you tell me how you feel. Okay, a black man, okay, who had a village, pretty much, of other black people, man, woman, and child, and he was buying up land, and then building on his own property. Building, he had his own fruits, vegetables, food. All his food was there. All the food they ate, they grew. Okay, you know how powerful that is right now. All right, he was also building up. He wanted to build what is it, a theme park. He was in the process of building a theme park on the land, which was going to expand to a property that allegedly the state wanted to use to tear down and build a interstate. So think about this. He wanted to build a spiritual theme park. Okay? A spiritual theme park. Think how powerful that would be. Okay? Someone like Dr. York, who's known by so many. Okay, so many people know him. Of course, older people, because I came in at the very end and I'm older. So, I'm 45. So, the older folks really knew who he was and knew what he was doing. But they called him a cult leader because he had a lot of men, women, and children that was on his land, living on his land, and they took care of each other. That kind of reminds me of Black Wall Street and how the big G, okay, they took that over by bombing it, and they bombed the whole land, killed men, women, and children, stole the land, okay, rebuilt probably an interstate there as well, because a lot of times when they move black people out of an area, they usually build an interstate or some property. I don't know why that is, but the whole Dr. York situation, I don't believe he was a cult leader. I believe he was definitely a leader of the free world. He wanted to be free, he wanted to be sovereign. And they don't like when you want to be free and sovereign, okay, and building your own stuff on your property and buying up property. They kept trying to stop him from building on that property. He needed licensing and coding and stuff in order to get approved to build certain things on that land, and they kept giving him a lot of pushback, would not approve it. And so they locked him up and said that they came up with some claims that they believe he was messing with children, but there's no evidence of these people who actually made these claims about this assault. But they have him locked up. Kind of remind me of Dr. Sebi, okay? Dr. Sebi is said to have healed a lot of people, okay, from their ailments, okay? They even took him to court, okay? Took him to the highest court, Supreme Court, okay? And tried to what am I trying to say? Tried to say that what he was saying or what he was claiming to do wasn't true, and he proved them wrong in Supreme Court, the highest court, y'all. Okay, his herbs and everything that he was doing with the people, he was able to prove by bringing in documents that he had from the people he was helping to heal. Okay, he brought in their previous documents, and then they came to him. He showed evidence of what he did to help them. And then he showed documents of their ailments after they dealt with him. And he wasn't legally able to use cure because he wasn't an actual doctor, because he didn't go to school to get a doctorate degree. But he was able to heal these people, y'all. Okay, and allegedly he healed Magic Johnson, but Magic Johnson promised to come out and tell that Dr. Sebi healed him, but he has never did that. And you wonder why. He probably wants to keep his life, so of course he's not going to do that. But that's alleged, because we don't know for sure if that's what actually happened. But we know that he's still around, and Eazy-E died real quick when he had the disease. Okay? But Magic Johnson is still here to this day. Okay? But anyway, who else? And then, so after Dr. Sebi made a fool of them because he proved that what he did was heal those people from their ailments, they said, oh, okay, all right, well, you can't say that you cure anyone because you're not a doctor. So he was still, and he wasn't practicing medicine. He was using herbs and shit from the earth and the ground. So then he didn't even live here. I believe he had a home in America, but he actually was from Honduras. He lived in Honduras full time, but he was traveling back and forth from Honduras to America, and they got him at one of the ports, one of the stops, and they said he brought in too much money. He was traveling with too much money, and they locked him up for that. They kept the money, they locked him up. He stayed in jail where he wasn't receiving the same type of diet and didn't have access to all his healing herbs and stuff. And he eventually passed away, and they said it was because of pneumonia. They say he caught pneumonia and he passed away. But if you don't know, that was who Lisa Lopez, who she was with. She was living on his at his spa, or what he call it, his retreat in Honduras. When she passed away, all that stuff happened to her too. Okay? Okay. And you know, she was doing a documentary while she was living there, and she was telling about her experience because allegedly the rumor is that Dr. Sebi told her all the people that he healed, and she wanted to make sure that she document everything he did so that he can get his just, okay, so that people can understand who he was, and know that if they had some type of ailment, they could receive healing through Dr. Sebi. But of course, Dr. Sebi was taken out of this world, so now we don't have him anymore. Okay, a true healer, all right, has many, many, many reviews, or people who have actually testified, okay, in the Supreme Court about how he healed them from ailments like cancer, like herpes, like all types of stuff. You name it, he healed it with herbs, y'all. Herbs. Who else? I'm trying to think about somebody else who's great. Um, that I could think of. I can't think of it right now. I just really feel like with Young Pharaoh, he would have he would have changed the game for the young generation, because see, he's still young. So, and not just because of his name. Hold on, I'm cooking. I'm trying to put this pasta noodles in this pot. But yeah, Young Pharaoh, he would have spoke to the youth. Okay? He would have changed the game for the youth. So of course, they don't want that. And then he's so confident in what he says. You can research stuff and find out and hear the exact same stuff he's saying. Like, I felt like I was behind when I first started watching Young Pharaoh. I was like, how does young boy know all this stuff? He's so young and everything, because he was so young when he made it, and then he started making money like crazy. He was making millions of dollars, and then he was at the top of his game because a lot of people wanted that information. So he was like the biggest thing popping on no, that go back to 2016, I believe, because I'm thinking, I remember where I was living at back in South Carolina, and yeah, that would have had to been 2017, 2016, 2017 when I first came across Young Pharaoh's stuff. But now they done got him, y'all. They done got him. That's why I'm gonna say they done got him. And they do that a lot, unfortunately. But yeah, they done got him. So it's terrible. It's sad to see the young man going through what he's going through, and then beefing with so many people that's in the conscious community. He's beefing with a lot of people. It's like turn you it's like they're turning him, and you can tell it's the energy, it's something at play here, because he was the type of person that would talk to anyone. He didn't have beef with anyone. He would say, even he would say the older generation, they didn't like that he was speaking the knowledge he was speaking, but he was like, I respect y'all. I respect y'all. He would do debates and, just give all the knowledge that he has. Like, it just is sad to see how they have corrupt this young man. And I know it's a they. Who actually, I don't know, but we know something's wrong. Something's not right there. It could just be the medications. But if you think about it, okay, think about how Biden was. Okay, y'all, that wasn't natural. Okay, Biden, 80 years old, he's riding bicycles, falling off the bicycle and jumping back on the bike at 80. Okay, he's looking at Kirk Franklin concert or whoever that was, that gospel concert he was at, and he's just smiling and not blinking at all. What you think this stuff is? Like, something is actually going on in the world, and it's not right. Okay, it's just so much going on. I'm starting to believe that either everyone's not human, or everyone's not doesn't understand what happened to them, and they don't understand that they're being controlled. I'm getting that a lot from a lot of people and situations, and y'all just got to be safe out there. Don't be so thirsty to make a friend, or so thirsty to want a spouse or a mate, just so you won't be lonely. You got to learn to be by yourself, really and truly. Okay? Because I'm telling you, it helps. It helps. I'm trying to block this light because I feel like I can't see myself. But being by yourself helps you to get focused on the things that you want, the things that you need. And to me, that helps you reach your goal. Now, it could be, a little biased because I am by myself. I'm single, but I am by choice. Okay? And it did come because my husband passed away, and I don't want anything less than what I had before, and I had a lot. So, yeah, I could be, my situation. What's up, young girl? What's up, young girl? What's up? You helped me through those spending that long time in the airport yesterday. I hope you're having a great Friday. Great Friday. I hope you're having a good Monday. How I get stuck on Friday? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to rush through this week, okay? But what's up, girl? But yeah, I really feel like just be careful when you're messing with people. Even when you have anger and you using that anger before with someone, like say you're mad, you're upset, and you're being mad and upset with people. Like, if you don't know them people, like, y'all better be careful, okay? All right, because I went through it. Okay, and let me tell you, yesterday my whole airport experience really had me feeling like, okay, I know I just got on somebody's ass about something. I felt like they could have been doing better, and maybe this was my karma. Because I was going back and forth through that doggone airport, and it was just taking forever to get where I needed to be. I missed my flight. I had to catch another flight, and then I almost missed the second doggone flight because they kept changing the damn gate. And I've never experienced no mess like that before, where they changed the gate 3 times. I've never experienced nothing like that, and I've been flying for years. So, I was like, you know what? Who's at play here? Who's playing with me? Who's trying to get me back? Okay? But anyway, you guys, yeah, back to Young Pharaoh. Peace and blessings to the brother. He, you know what he needs? He needs a good woman around him, because in the last couple of interviews I've been watching of Young Pharaoh, he keeps talking negatively about women, and then he would say like, I'm not mad at women. But a lot of times women do men wrong, and the men hold on to it so bad. It's that hurt is be so bad. And if it's MK Ultra, of course that's the programming. It's the women, of course, you know. But then now he's channeling that whole inner cat, which is feminine, it's feline, which is given feminine, female. So I don't know. But a good woman to do you right. And I get back on that. A lot of times, men don't want a good woman. They want the baddest looking woman in a good way, right? They want a woman who got the body yada yada. Okay, she's cute. She's curvy. She's shapely. She has the whole body you want. She has the appearance you want, and then yet she probably doesn't have the knowledge that can help build you up or help bring you into your true manhood. You know, a lot of times men want a woman because of her appearance, and then they end up getting a creature of, you know, a sexual creature versus something more, something stimulating, something that can, you know, either build them up or help them tap into their highest nature. So when you're down there on that lower energy, thinking low like that, always thinking about intercourse with different women and thinking about body parts and stuff all day, of course that's that lower energy. So how are you going to be high? How are you going to raise to your most powerful self if you're always thinking in your lower vibration? But anyway, that's a little too advanced for this channel here. Yeah, but I said all that to say that men need to definitely do that. They tap in and got the right woman. I feel like a lot of men probably won't want to be women, okay, because they have their woman and they'll just embrace their true energy and tap into that. I don't. It's sad to see. And then Young Pharaoh, usually when he's doing a live or an interview or something, usually he has a woman next to him. That's not to say that that woman is the best woman for him, because I'm trying to think what woman would have sat next to. I'm trying to think what woman would have sat next to him. I'm trying to think what woman would have sat next to him in a nail salon while he got stiletto nails, cheetah print, and then you say, "Yeah, that's it right there." Mm-hmm. That's it. You did the thing right there. I went there. Okay. What's up, Mr. Jaka? Jaka 40? What's up? What's up? But I don't know a woman who would do that unless that's what he do. Now you talking about a Saucy Santana, okay, that's his thing. But Young Pharaoh, that's not his thing. JT aka 4044 4040. What's up? 40? What's up with my 40? JT? Anyway, I'm just showing out and being well, I mean, hell, that's what it was kind of giving. Old E. That's what those nails that Young Pharaoh was wearing, that's what it's giving. It was giving Saucy Santana. Okay? The old E. Not the old E. I ain't seen no old E bottles in so long. I remember my brother-in-law, my first brother-in-law, he used to drink them 40s. And them things, we call them a snake or something. Cobra, is that the same thing as the 40s? I think they call it snakes or something. He used to be passed out. 140 was all it took. Most people get lit. They drink a lot of liquor, but he drunk that 40 and he was out. And I used to be like, I don't want a man that does that. But anyway, you guys, yeah, I wanted to come on here and talk about Young Pharaoh. Like I said, I sent him positive energy. I wish the best for the young man. And I remember when I was I remember when I was watching the interviews, I was saying, "Oh my goodness, I hope nothing bad happens to this young man." You know what? I ain't even hear about that. I'm gonna have to look that up and check that out because no, I didn't hear about that. He need to stay right where he at. I can't believe that they would let him loose. But that tells you a lot. See what I'm talking about? How would he be able to be free knowing that he probably gonna get himself hurt? They don't want him to live. That's how I feel about it. They don't want him to live. They want somebody to do something to him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research on that so I can come back and talk about it. Because with him going around like provoking people, it's gonna make somebody hurt him. So he's gonna get exactly what he's looking for because he's putting that type of energy out there. Stream. Yeah, somebody gonna come find him. They gonna come find him. He pissed a lot of folks off. Okay. Yeah, he pissed a lot of folks off. Mr. JT, aka 40. Okay, I got it now. I don't think you subscribed to my channel. I ain't never seen you on my live stream before. But if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so we can talk. I know. He ain't gonna take that mess to many places, okay? Matter of fact, if he's streaming, that's probably gonna be the only thing he could do is stream. Because he ain't gonna be able to leave his house because folks see him and they know who he is. And he gonna have it's gonna be bad for him. You been here a lot? Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I made you a Jeep. Oh. I sure do have you as a mind. Wow, and I said I ain't even seen you before. Okay, all right. You must ain't been here in a while. I don't know. I don't remember the name, but I definitely appreciate you watching. But y'all, I'm gonna be right back with another video. But this video was just about Young Pharaoh. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But, folks really don't like Chud. Do y'all remember how long people were talking about that situation? And usually people don't get that much attention. Usually you get like a week, maybe 2 weeks of good attention. But they were talking about Chud for a long time. So you already know he's going to get it. It is a case study because it's MK Ultra. That's what I believe. That gotta be MK Ultra. Talk about it, 40. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm trying to cook and talk. Yeah. But so, thank you. But yeah, Pharaoh, I think that's MK Ultra all day. Gotta be MK Ultra. That's what I think that is. I think it's MK Ultra because ain't no way this man. And then I remember back in the day, Pharaoh used to talk a lot about MK Ultra and clones and stuff like that. And he said he would never get a tattoo on his face. And that's why a lot of people believe that he's a clone because he got the eye of Horus tattoo on his face. And a lot of people think, oh, okay, that's a clone because he said he would never do that. Then he came back. But when he came back, he was talking with some sense. And then now you can tell is something actually wrong here. Sonetta got issues. Okay, how about that? Who else loved to do that? Cause I don't remember nobody doing that Eye of Horus but Young Pharaoh. Polite has that tattoo on his eye too? And see, I didn't want to bring him up because I never really cared for his attitude. Because Polite was always just like too cocky. But you know, them New York guys, they be like that. Extremely cocky. And then when he got the multiple women and, you know, that lifestyle kind of built his head up. And then that's when he fell. He fell to pieces after that. Okay, so it wasn't real. It was just that. And you know what? Because I remember Polite was speaking the truth. Okay, very cocky. Oh, Nuwapians. That's Dr. York. Yeah. Oh wow. Oh wow. Mm. That's why I'm saying MK Ultra. So you don't believe Dr. York was actually trying to make a difference in the world. I know that came from that era. Okay. Dr. York was huge, all right? The Nuwapians, they were all huge. You know, Dr. York he was making a lot of changes. He was saying a lot of stuff. Am I lagging? Felt like I was lagging. But he was putting a lot of information out here. You know the people don't like when you put out all that good information, okay? Then they start taking you out. Just like all the greats, Marcus Garvey, okay, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Khalid, you know. Well, I believe it's them alphabet boys that damn got this MK Ultra stuff going on. Okay? But he didn't lose the masses real quick. People actually believe in him because if you think about the what is the people everybody talking about right now? Ben Carson, what Ben Carson is talking about? What is that group of people that Ben Carson is talking about? What is the people? Not Scientology. No, that's something totally different. um, Ben Carson talks about the dog. What is the people or the alien race species that Ben Carson talks about? Um, I can't think of it. Metaphysics, no, the race of people he's talking about. Nephilim, no, no, no. Hold on, let me get my laptop. Let me see. Let me see. Reptilians. I was thinking about the reptilians a little bit. I think they are part reptilians. I think so. I'm about to get it. You about to know what I'm talking about. Is it Billy Carson or Bill Carson? Billy Carson. He's always talking about these beings. Um, Thoth, Thoth, and who is the other one? The Akashi records. That's not the name of that race. My damn dryer is so loud. Hold on. Let me see here. Now, why I can't find it? Just because I'm looking for it. The Emerald Tablets. The Emerald Tablets was brought to us by the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki people. Now you want to bring it up? The Anunnaki race. Yeah. So if you think about it, the Anunnaki race is just like what I believe Dr. York was talking about, the Anunnaki race. Right? And so do you believe that or not? Because I think it could be a thing. It is not an old school. I guess it is an old school dryer because it's not one of the newer ones. But it worked though. It worked though. But yeah, the Nike race. So when I think about Dr. York, I think about how he told us all this stuff. Now you got the new people like Billy Carson and a lot of other people talking about that race and everything and how we're a part of that race and everything. Disclosure. Disclosure Day is the name. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. But yeah, so but think about it. See, I feel like the reason why Billy Carson hasn't been taken over is because he's not when he approaches everything, he's not like and you got to know this and you better know that. You know, he's not aggressive with it. So to me, Billy Carson is like he's like treading the waters. But he's been real sick where he thought that he was going to pass away. That just recently happened, like not even a year ago, I believe. But he's out here spilling a whole lot of knowledge too. Well, put the link in my comment section or in the yeah, in the comment section so I can watch it and check it out. But yeah, I definitely got to check it out. But Billy Carson, he speaks a lot about that. But like I said, he did get sick. Ooh, okay, you really sent that real quick too. Okay, yeah, I saved that. So I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna check that out tonight. But and then why my suspicious blocker just came on and said it's blocking something suspicious as soon as I clicked that link. But yeah, I really feel like Pharaoh is speaking a lot of truth. I really feel like he was coming with the truth. Okay, he came with the truth. They took him under. They hit him hard because he could speak to the youth. He could wake the youth up. You know, he was getting he was attracting the youth as well as the older generation. And then now it's like, it is what it is. Yeah, but I'm going to definitely check that out. Mr. JT, aka 4040. Okay, what's up with my 40? I don't even drink like that. But anyway, you guys, I will be back with another video here. Well, you know, well, who is the ones controlling everything? You know, I mean, who's doing the controlling? We really don't know who is at the highest, at the top of the top, the tippity top. Okay, because it's not. I believe it's not who we think it is. It's bigger than that, of course. But what can we do? But what can we do if no one's telling us, is speaking the knowledge to us and making us think? What we supposed to do? Just listen to everything we've been hearing? Listen to when I'm asking. What, are we supposed to listen to that all day? You have to have some truth seekers out here that's putting people onto game. Okay, that's making people think. You have to have some people out here making people think and waking people up. Otherwise, people are just going to be asleep. Okay, so the delivery may not be the best delivery. Okay, because I'm gonna say with Billy Carson, well, I feel like I'm lagging sometimes, but I feel like with Billy Carson, like a lot of his knowledge I understand and I could get with, but at the same time, he's so laid back and relaxed, it's kind of boring. And so it's hard for me to watch. Okay, thank you. But it's hard for me to watch his stuff. But, I don't want to be entertained. I want knowledge. Okay? I want knowledge. I'm 45 years old. I don't want to just be entertained. I done seen all the songs. I done seen all the songs. I done all the dancing. Okay? Speak some truth to me. That's what I want. Okay? And I want my children and my grandchildren to have some sense, to have some common sense. So, but who's going to speak the knowledge if ain't nobody speaking the knowledge? I love Phil Valentine. Yeah, definitely. And he's at the age where it's time to pass that torch because he is older. You know, think about Bobby Hemmett, okay? Bobby Hemmett left us um who was the guy who pretty much took over Bobby Hemmett's work. Um what's the guy name? He passed away. Yeah. Well, people are picking it up. It is people. It's not many because Dr. Phil, what it is, Dr. Phil Valentine, I don't think he can really connect with the youth because he is more of like a what do you call them? He like gives like when he gives information, it's long and it is drawn out. It's almost like what's the people who work at universities? Theologist? Like he's like a theologist. So like when he gives lectures. So, people like young, they like quick stuff. They want to be entertained, so if you're not loud and speaking loud and yelling, it's going to be hard for people to understand a professor. Yeah, it does. Exactly. Okay, I can't think. All right. Someone's stopping me from thinking. No, I'm playing. I'm definitely playing. But Dr. Phil, he comes with it. But when he speaks his knowledge, it's about 3-4 hours worth of knowledge he's speaking. So he's only going to be able to speak to like older people or real mature people because it's so long. Right. Yeah. Okay. Because what he's coming with nothing but knowledge, right? That's how he do. Like he does lectures and they could be days, but they're gonna be like full 8-hour days. Yeah, Professor Phil Valentine, he's gonna come with the truth, okay? Because I be trying to put my children on all these people, and I know they're still young, so it got to be quick for them, Even what's the guy, the new guy who's doing this thing now? Well, he's not new. He's been around for a minute. Um, Dang, what's his name? Oh, Rod Hayes. Yeah, Professor Griff is really good for the youth, but yeah, I grew up kind of watching him as well, and I really like Professor Griff because he was the first one to put me on the game about the rap industry and everything, and Diddy and everybody, and he everything he said actually came true. But Rod Hayes, I feel like, is a good one for the youth. Okay, my son likes him, and I was surprised about that. But we did have a long road trip we were on, and he had to listen to it, and he was just like, "Oh, I like what he talking about." But yeah, other than that, like you gotta have the youth gotta have know something other than the latest dance. It's they gotta. And like I believe even these children, these young children, these newborn babies, like are so advanced, y'all. My damn grandchildren are so advanced, and I ain't trying to brag or nothing. I ain't trying to say other people children ain't advanced. I'm thinking it's a lot of this going on, right? My grandson, one of because I have two, one of my grandsons, when he started walking when he was 7 months. Now that my children have never did that. Okay? He's 1 years old right now. He's running, he's playing, he's like he's so advanced and he's so little. And I'm like, how in the hell? Like my children were not walking at 7 years old. He was trying to stand up when he was like 2 months. And if you put him down, he would show out and everything. But he's walking, he's so advanced, he's running. And it's so crazy, but he ain't got that talking thing down pack yet. I was still waiting. I'm like, well, why? He should be talking, but no, he's definitely on track. He's actually advanced. But my other grandson, he is 2 or 3 months right now, and he's doing the same thing. He wants to stand up, and if you stand him up, he's moving his legs like that. And I'm like, what the hell is going on in this world? So I really feel like this new generation or babies that's coming into this world, y'all, we got some bright minds coming into this world. I don't know if some spirits are some of the best spirits are reincarnating right now, but we need to get these children back to being doctors, lawyers, forget the whole nursing shit, okay? What else? Dentists. Like they need to be doing some real stuff. Right, that part. It won't. Yeah, that's so true. We got to get them away from the iPad. And I understand the iPad because I just had to deal with my grandson and I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, I've been out the game so long. I do not have time. I do not have the patience So I understand when it comes to the parents entertaining their children with that damn iPad and the TV because, oh my goodness, I can't. These damn children, they want too much attention. My grandson was stressing me out so much. I was like, you know what? I want to go home. Like, I want to go home. But I feel like with children being advanced like that, I feel like we need to make sure those types of children are going to be the future doctors and lawyers and dentists and therapists and things like that. Like, get back into some damn get back to the basics. Because I remember when I was growing up, that was the thing. Like, people were saying, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be the president, and all types of stuff like that. Nowadays, all you hear about is young boys wanting to be athletes. And to me, I'm like, that's what my grandson not going to be, a damn athlete, okay? Be somewhere, get a head injury, and be a vegetable, or, I don't know. I just feel like there's so many better things that our children could be other than athletes. Like, come on. And now it makes me think, who pushed that narrative of the whole athlete thing? So to take you out of your greatness so you won't be a doctor or physics or, a scientist or someone real great, right? They just make you an athlete. Hey, I don't think nobody's going to Umar school. That school still ain't open. He finally got it. I believe he finally got the code or whatever together, and it still ain't open. Media was very controlled then. When I was a kid, TV went off at what, 11:59? It was down. Okay, you wouldn't see nothing but the it was just like static after 12. I remember. Okay, then they started getting the late night shows, and I remember they started playing stuff later, and then we started getting the real late black and white movies and MASH and shit. Like, yeah, but it's terrible. It's terrible. But we have to, it all starts with us though, and it starts in the house too. Each one teach one, really. Because I heard that I don't know if it's mandatory, but I heard that Trump was trying to bring back praying in school. Now, to me, that's creepy for a lot of reasons. Because everyone doesn't pray to the same God, okay? And then a lot of different children are a lot of different religions. So how you going to pray when you got a lot of different religions going on? Even though back then they had a lot of different religions as well. But I don't know. Yeah, the national anthem. Yep, once that national anthem played, okay, and you see the flag, that'd be the last thing you see. And it's time to go to sleep. Oh, that loud ass noise. You too much for it. You ain't never lied though. You ain't never lied about that shit. Okay? That shit used to be loud. Okay? Be telling all my business. No, I ain't supposed to be up watching the TV and then hear that loud ass national anthem that came on. Taking it back to the old school. Okay, all right, 40. Thank you so much for all the commenting and everything in the damn chat. I really appreciate it. Make sure you come back and make sure everyone else, I'm speaking to you. Make sure y'all come back. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed, all right? And give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I will be back with another video. Okay. Okay. All right. Peace to everyone.